Good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of Real Talk here on Shelbyville Now.
Hello.
I'm David Thomas. This is Mr. Bo Gill.
Howdy.
We're going to jump into a couple of things that are in the news lately. And before we do that, we're going to hear from our sponsor, Norris Plumbing. Generational plumber, Bo.
Yes, multi-decadal.
We say this every time, but it's worth talking about.
Yes, it is. It is. It means a lot.
Yeah.
Family means a lot, family business, and this is one, Norris Plumbing.
Well, let's hear a little bit about them. So if anybody's out there needing some plumbing done, they'll know what they can handle.
That's right.
We're going to be right back after we hear from Norris Plumbing.
Norris Plumbing has been serving our community for 3 generations, providing reliable solutions for every plumbing need. From water heaters and water lines to kitchens, baths, and complete repiping, our team delivers quality workmanship you can trust. Professional service means arriving on time, explaining the problem, and completing the job with precision. At Norris Plumbing, we stand behind our work because your home deserves the very best. Call Norris Plumbing today at 931-703-5915. Norris Plumbing, trusted, professional, dependable.
All righty, welcome back in here to Real Talk on Shelbyville Now. Bo, I want to talk to you about a big change that's taking place.
Mm-hmm.
And I think tonight people are going to the horse show are going to feel it because they're talking like temperature is going to be around 50 degrees in the morning when it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to drop pretty good.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a little jacket on tonight, you're going to get cold.
The drastic change from just a few days ago, 100 to now down to 50, it's going to feel like, below zero. It really will. It's that first cold, but it's, bundle up. No, we're getting that change. And I hear my parents and grandparents saying,
used to a long time ago,
you had to bring your long sleeves at the horse show. Well, it looks like times are changing back again. So
it goes in cycles. This time of the year, you'll get some of these little cold fronts that come through. They'll bring this fall feeling air in, and it's a month away from fall. But tonight, in some low-lying areas in parts of Middle Tennessee, you're going to see the temperature drop down to 47, 48, 49 degrees. And, it could possibly do that here. So to me, it's awesome. I mean, because you're not going to burn up, and the humidity is starting to fade out now.
The last few years of the celebration have been brutal. We've had rain. We've had just hot weather. I'm all for an August into September with some cooler, less humid. We had a front come through. I believe Hurricane Aaron may have played a role in how we're feeling now. I don't know. Maybe some of that high pressure.
It kind of stayed up off the coast, but the back route probably brought some of it down. But
regardless, it feels good.
Yeah,
I like it. But bundle up if you're out later.
Yeah, tonight, take a jacket with you because you go in feeling comfortable. It's going to start getting cool by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I was at the show last night, and a few ladies were like, "It's getting cold. That breeze is cold." And to me, it felt great.
It was like 51 degrees this morning when I went out to the car, and I'm like, this is all right.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys that are going to the horse show, I'm sure you'll enjoy this cool weather. And Bo, talking about the horse show, it seems like there's a lot of enthusiasm. Saturday night, we had our 2 stay-in classes, and of course, John Allen Calloway walked out of there with it again. It looks like he's gonna go one more time, doesn't he?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the GOAT. He's going to Tom Brady it in the walking horse industry. Just keep on rolling until he can. That's a new thing. It happened long ago when the celebration started in 1939, and right when it first started, there were a few like 3 repeats. But then it kind of quit for a while. Now you've had several here lately, but let's talk about the word you said, that enthusiasm. I think that there is a new enthusiasm, and you can say it might be a temporary enthusiasm, but it's an enthusiasm. The parking lots are fuller, the stadiums are fuller, the classes are much fuller. You're seeing a great show. It seems to be, the best probably atmosphere I've seen since 2005-ish, I would say, as far as the celebration and the way it was. 2006 was the year that they didn't crown the champion.
Yeah,
and that's kind of when it started.
There was a big crowd in 2006.
Well, there was. So I'll say 2006.
And then that last class, it really burned some people that they didn't go ahead and show and do that. So that hurt. That was one of the biggest, I think, stumbling blocks that the celebration has had to overcome since then. Is that night. People that were, a lot of them, they never came back.
Well, if anybody wants to get some time Googling, you can Google Mr. David Thomas here, you were interviewing people at that celebration, because I've seen those videos of you after and seeing the reaction of trainers and people that were when that night happened. And that's kind of a historic deal. I looked at that a few years ago, but I thought, that to kind of see what things were going through, you can Google that and check out.
Yeah, you can see what people were saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good.
No,
but it's good to see this, and I know this temporary injunction has given some relief. We're seeing more horses get in the ring now, and I hope that there can be something permanent fixed with the walking horse industry, and things start shifting back toward growth rather than just staying steady. Yeah. I'd like to see some growth there, because naturally it's part of my business. It helps the city of Shelbyville and Beverly County, and I'd like to see other states start to see growth, because that's when it was the healthiest.
Yes.
It's when you had people coming from California with show horses to show, people coming from Arizona, Texas, Michigan, all over the states would come in. And now we're concentrated to just the Southeast. Yeah. And a lot of the Southeastern states don't have many trainers. So hopefully it can start growing back. And I think it's really important for the people of Shelbyville, especially if you're a newcomer. And I'm going to say within the last, if you've been coming, just moved here in the last 10 years, which we've had a lot of people do that, people don't know the magnitude that this event's had over the years.
Yes. No,
and they hadn't seen it at its prime.
Right.
And I would like to, just for their sake, for them to see it at its prime again. I don't know that we can get there, but our local population needs to get out and support it. And if you hadn't been able to go to the show, and you've got a free night, this night, the weather's going to be great. Get out there, check it out. The tickets aren't that expensive.
Tonight, and I think tomorrow it's $1 ticket night. So what
general admission?
General admission, yeah, just to get in. So it's usually a lot more than that.
Yeah,
so.
I think Wednesday maybe there's a slight chance of rain, but the rest of the week looks good.
Yeah.
So
it's something to do. People say there's nothing to do. It's go to the celebration, check it out. There's vendors, there's food, there's fun, there's horses.
Yep. All right, let's shift gears. Still of local importance and local attention and nationwide attention on top of it is Cracker Barrel is going broke because they went woke.
Yep, that is a very good way to say it. They are going. They changed. They pulled the 1985 new Coke scheme.
Yeah,
Coke created it. Let's see what Cracker Barrel does.
I read. First of all, they're changing their whole layout.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, inside, they're remodeling the store. Okay, that's been their staple product since the 70s. Okay, it's been that way. The old country store theme. I don't know if they're going to put a vape shop in there now. Look, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, Bo.
Well, they're
serving liquor now.
Really?
They're serving liquor. And here's the thing, I see it. The people that go to church on Wednesdays and go to Cracker Barrel after church, they're not going to go for that.
They're not going there no more.
The Sunday after church crowd. Listen, that's your base.
Yes.
That's your base.
Yes.
Older folks, conservative Christians in the Bible Belt. That is your base.
Yes.
And you're going to just spit in their face, and you're going to take Uncle Herschel off the logo.
That's right.
Okay?
Yeah, you're exactly
the barrel,
right.
Cracker Barrel ain't got a barrel no more.
They don't have a barrel. They don't have Uncle Herschel. They do have something on the menu called Uncle Herschel's Breakfast. I'm sure
and
that'll
be gone. The CEO said they had too many crackers.
Too many crackers. You know what? Then that you know what that means? That CEO is racist because he is seeing color.
It's a woman.
She is seeing color instead of seeing humanity.
Here's the thing. I don't know. Good food and good service in a family atmosphere has nothing to do with race.
It has nothing to do with
I just
race.
don't get it.
And for something that, you hear the old saying, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Well, this is a classic example of totally just breaking what built you coming up.
Here's the thing. I think they start to see sales go down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And over the last 5 years, specifically since COVID, I've eaten probably 3 times at a Cracker Barrel, and I noticed the difference in the quality of the food.
Mm-hmm. I have.
So it's not that there's a barrel on their logo or that they've got rustic look inside, a country atmosphere inside, that their sales aren't as good. Maybe it's the dadgum food.
It's the food. That's your product. Look, they've become such more. They've got the big store you got to go through first when you get in there, which that's cool. You know, no other restaurant has a retail shop in it. You know, I go broke going in those, so I have to get through as quick as I can. But they have the rocking chairs, they have the feeling, and then you go in there and you get fed some good home food. But you're right. In the last few years, it's just not been as good. So they haven't, instead of concentrating on improving their product, they have done the classic example of blaming something else.
Yeah, I know. If they want to restamp and reset, they need to go back to their original menu from the 70s. They had these steak and biscuits with Western cut home fries. Mm-hmm. Everybody loved those things. You could get a plate of cheese and crackers. If you ask for cheese and crackers in there now, they'll look at you like you're an idiot.
So we want 70s version back. We want, not only do we want Uncle Herschel, we want 70s version.
Go back to your roots.
Let's
and I don't
talk
care
about
what
the roots.
Let's talk about the roots. It started in Lebanon, Tennessee. I mean, that's where it's
right down the road.
It's right here. Okay.
And
you've got some background on Uncle Herschel.
Yes.
Uncle Herschel has been on their logo, sitting by the barrel.
Yes, he has.
And tell us about that?
The man that, and let me pull up his name right quick so I don't forget it. But there is a man from Petersburg, Tennessee. His name's Bill Hawley, from little old Podunk, Petersburg, Tennessee, right down the road. And he is the artist who drew Uncle Herschel. He had family in Lebanon, and it happened to be Uncle Herschel and them. And Uncle Herschel started Cracker Barrel, and they wanted a logo. So, of course, you go in family. He painted it, and there it's set until 2025, when they have decided to just change it to a bland, word, because, I guess it hurt somebody's feelings because an old man was on there, and he's not. He's not white. He's not white, by the way. He's yellow. If you look at the drawing, he's yellow.
Okay, all right.
So I mean,
it's kind of orange a little bit,
or maybe orange.
Gold.
There's no that shouldn't even come into play.
It's not. It's just this mindset that corporations have now. And I'm talking to this CEO, probably you should be fired to begin with. Okay, you should be fired because you're an idiot. But if you're still there and you still got a job, wholesome atmosphere with good home cooking. That's what you built it on, and that's what you will grow on.
Yes.
When people are driving down the interstate and they see Cracker Barrel, they'll need to think, man, I can get some good food there. No more, made from scratch stuff the way it used to be. Trying to cut corners is what killed you. It ain't got nothing to do with a man sitting on that rocking chair.
People are not showing up. Like, this is real. Like, there's,
I saw a picture yesterday. A lady posted on Facebook from Mount Juliet at 12:15, right after church.
The church crowd.
There was one car in the parking lot.
Yeah, no, that's
you get rid of your alcohol and your booze, and serve some mashed taters. That's what you got to do.
Come back.
Yeah,
come back, Cracker Barrel. We'll wait.
Right, so what do you guys think? How bad is this? Can they come back? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't know.
They put out a public apology today.
Well,
and said, we're going to have it. Keep serving your beer and your alcohol, and you ain't going to have anybody in there because your customer base is going to walk right down the road and go somewhere else.
The only thing they can do is go back to who they were.
Yeah.
That's Cracker Barrel. The other way.
I'll be honest with you. I'd rather pull over at Kroger or another supermarket, buy me a loaf of bread and a pack of ham, make a ham sandwich, and go in there and eat now.
You know what I'm hoping this does in local communities? I'm hoping that it stimulates these local citizens to have their own type of Cracker Barrel. We can get back to the home cooking food. Maybe we'll have more, especially those like in Manchester that do have a Cracker Barrel. Maybe they'll say, okay, well, y'all don't want to go there. We'll have, whoever.
Scott Vickery comes in here and says, going sterile like Applebee's. You got that right. That's exactly what it looks like. And I'm telling you, right. I promise you, they'll be putting vape shops in there.
There'll be something in there.
What if you're going to serve alcohol? You going to turn it into a bar? Is that what you're going to do?
You don't have to. Usually people that drink, they like to smoke. So
I don't think they can recover from this, Bo.
Only, like I said,
I smell a Chapter 11 coming.
Yeah, the only way that they can come is to come back. Like the new Coke back in the 80s, they said, "Oh, okay, we're forget about that. We're coming back."
Will you give them a try now, Bo? If they say we're going back to the original, would you go in and give it a try?
Yeah. I'm all for forgiveness.
Second chances.
Yeah, I'm second chances.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Put Herschel back on the daggum sign. If you ain't taking him down, don't take him down.
That's right.
Leave him on the sign.
Thank you. I couldn't say it better. I could not say it better.
Okay. All right. Moving on from that.
It makes me hungry though. I'm a little bit more hungry now.
I'm not really hungry because when I think of Cracker Barrel now, I think of this bland.
Yeah, but I'm gonna probably have to go to Ruth's or something because I'm gonna have to go to a hometown around here.
All right. Speaking of hometown businesses, we've got several that are staying extra hours and working extra hard because of and you mentioned Ruth. I know she's keeping extra hours because of the horse show. I think Pope's is running wide open.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure Dinner Table and Southern Fair, they're all get out, guys, and support the local restaurants.
Yes, that's right. I mean, support local restaurants. You know, I know there's fast food and there's national chains around here, and you're going to eat what you like. But, you know, if you think twice, try somewhere you haven't tried. Go somewhere that you haven't been, or that maybe you went once and it wasn't that great. Give them a second chance. I think it's a good time to challenge all of us to do that.
And let's do this. Let's support Southern Cup. They are the original coffee place in town. Okay, yes. Coffee Beans as well. Coffee Break on the square. Yes. These three.
Those are our hometown.
They are challenged now by these national chains, and we're buying it hook, line, and sinker, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well, we are. They're coming. They're here. And I don't want, you know, they have a good product. You know, they do. I mean, it's a national, you know, where they say 50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong. Apparently he was a good singer, which is what that means. And this is good coffee. I'm not for it. I'm not much for the fancy coffee. I like just the simple stuff.
Just black.
But
black coffee.
Well,
it's hard to order black coffee at any of these chain stores.
They don't have.
They look at you like you're an idiot.
They really do laugh.
Yeah, they laugh at you.
They go, no,
I don't want a iced coffee. Who puts ice in coffee? Now I know all the places do it, but that ain't meant to be over ice, man. It's supposed to be hot and
not
black.
That old, but the iced coffee thing is new to me. Is newer to me. This is like the last 10, 15 years deal. You know, whatever. It came from the East Coast or the North or the West Coast and the North, but here we go. If you like iced coffee, we love you still.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
Tastes great.
I just don't like ice in coffee. I mean,
it's
iced tea and hot coffee. I mean, that's the way it is.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
That's Bedford County, man. I mean, anything south of Mason-Dixon line, hot coffee,
that's it.
Cold tea, iced tea.
That's
all right, not hot tea.
Not hot tea.
But some of y'all like hot tea. I get it. But it's cold tea.
I'm with you. I'm cold tea. I'm hot coffee. But I'll take a cold coffee, but the hot tea, maybe at Christmas, you know. Spiced tea. My mom makes a spiced tea.
We'll take it. You'll get a pass for that.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, other things that are going on around, you know, football season started. Congratulations, Cascade got a big win.
It sure did.
Shelbyville and community didn't fare as well. Hopefully, they'll get things turned around.
It's early.
And school's out. Got a lot of people in Florida.
Yes.
And on the Gulf Coast and Alabama.
That's the time
so
when they
I know a lot of people
south.
are down there. Maybe some of you guys are sitting down there watching this. If not, you might watch it later. I know we're live, but we have so many people, Bo, that watch at night.
Yes.
Where this is not a convenient time.
And we thank everybody that watches it. And if you want to put feedback, I know the show's not live, but if there is something you'd like to add, you know, we'll
always go back and make comments.
Yeah.
All right. One other thing, Bo, and on a national scene, we do have the 27th. Which is Wednesday, the tariffs, a lot of the deadlines are up. And I hadn't heard any type of negotiations going on. The last I heard was that India is going to, all their products coming into the United States are going to go up to 50% tariff. And India's just like kicking rocks and saying, okay, whatever. I mean, they're not going to give up their Russian oil. No, well, I mean, it's going to hurt their businesses.
Yeah.
So they're just going to go find other customers somewhere else.
That's going to hurt. I mean, we depend a lot on pharmaceuticals, a lot of things there.
Oh, but we're going to have 125% tariff, maybe a 200% tariff on pharmaceuticals that come from out of the country. And I don't know.
When are we going to hear any answers on that? I mean, it's still just about as clear as mud on some of this stuff. And it could change with the wind. I don't know. I don't like paying more for things. You know, I'm all for paying for things that are valuable. And the value that I need, but it's getting tough to eat.
Yeah. All right. So what do you think now on the national scene about federalizing our police forces all across the country in like 12 big cities? What do you think about that, Bo?
I'm not so much of a fan for that because, you know, there are different presidents that you know, that get over that, you know, are elected every so many years. And I think that they could use them in certain ways. I think if there are bad crime riddled areas like New York, like Memphis, like Chicago, like Washington, D.C., yeah, I'm all for a specialized. If that's what it takes, and if it works, then I'm all for
But
it.
here's the thing, Bo. When you start going down this slope,
Yeah,
it's almost like you're going to be in a police state.
yeah.
Now, Trump's intent is not that.
No, it's not.
But
that.
the problem is the next guy.
That's what. That's kind of what I was saying.
Okay, and he needs to back off using the National Guard here. I think he needs to challenge every mayor. If I had a concern, I would get the mayors in and say, "Look, guys, this country's coming apart, and it's starting with you guys. You got to clamp down on this, and then challenge the people to press these politicians to get off their rear ends and enforce the dadgum law."
Yeah, they're doing this. I agree, and now they're kind of slow stepping it, because now they're putting arms in some of the hands. They were disarmed. If the national or the troops that were coming in, they've got
AK-47s walking around now.
That's what I think about, and I'm all for law and order, and I think it should be up to local jurisdictions, local states. That should be in their hands. But if they need a little help from the federal government, and maybe if they don't even ask for it because they're messed up or they're left-minded or something crazy, then yeah, it needs to go in there. But it is a very, very thin line.
It's a slippery slope,
because what about if the next time they come in, or a Democrat or some far left-wing extremist comes in and says, okay, anybody with firearms.
What about if a far right guy comes in there and wants to totalitarian?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it can happen. Anything. I mean, that circle goes all the way around.
It's a dangerous box to open.
Yeah.
And I would hope that it gets closed pretty shut, because now when they've started this in DC, you start hearing, okay, now come to Memphis, now come to Chicago. Let's just do what needed to be done there. Apparently it needed to be there, but I know that there are murder capitals around here. I mean, Memphis is getting really bad.
Per capita, they have more murders than any other city in the world, as far as that goes. Probably more than Baghdad.
Yeah, I mean, it's awful. It's scary. It's right here in Tennessee. But no, I think that it's for those that live there to secure their own. That's how it was intended. I think we're past the point of where the frontier days, where the federals had to come in because there were no.
Exactly, but we're not there. This isn't the Old West.
No,
I mean, this is okay. Let me ask you this, and let's bring this argument right into our home area. When's the last time you've been to Nashville, Bo, and been downtown?
It's been a while. It's been 5 to 10 years.
Would you even go back?
No,
I'm not going either.
I stay away from Nashville, and I would only have to go if somebody paid for it, maybe, or if I really, I'm
not going to get out of my car.
No,
I mean, I'm packing.
Well, it's not,
but
even,
I'm still not going to.
I'm packing too, but it's not even that. It's going down the road. There's been 3 I know of in the last 3 years. People shot on Interstate 24 because they must have cut off somebody and made somebody so mad that they decided to take their life on the road.
This type of stuff makes me want to just get farther into the woods.
Yes, it does.
I mean, we're living in a world that's messed up.
It is messed up. It's scary.
And here's the thing: we have the ability as the people to stand up and push these politicians and push people in the right direction. But everybody has given up, it looks like, on forcing, because politicians are not listening to us anymore, Bo, but they're controlled by the mega rich.
That's right.
Whatever they want, they get. It doesn't matter about the low people, and we have no impact. So what's it going to take to get the impact back, Bo?
Well, a lot of
these liberal and these well, they're both sides have failed this country.
A lot of it is the media, because what they do is they sensationalize some crazy mass murderer nut, but somebody that needs to be that they need to pay attention to is somebody that committed a bad murder on the interstate, and then really show that's the bad person. Quit sensationalize all these evil doers and everything, and show these people that are taking innocent lives, and really show what happens to you if you do these things.
Well, right now I don't know what happens to them. I don't
either.
It seems like there's no deterrent anymore. That most of them, they either get shot if it's an active shooting, or they take their own life. They're just wanting the attention. But if they get away or they get arrested, what's going to happen? It's going to take 20 years to ever get a sentence.
Oh, it will, and then they'll get off. There's many of murderers walking the streets right now. And it's scary, but you don't have to be a convicted murderer to be the new murderer.
Yeah,
there's crazy people out there.
Yeah.
So just stay vigilant, and I would say stay armed and be protective but use your Second Amendment right wisely. It's just not. It's not a. It's not. It doesn't mean to attack or anything. You're doing when you're defending yourself. That's what you're doing. You're in.
Right.
Your life is in danger, or someone around you.
Bo, I want to talk about one other thing. It's a personal thing. I have been told, and if y'all can't see this is just a little knife that I carry clipped to my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I collect knives, but I use knives on a daily basis.
Yes.
I'll open boxes. I'll open letters. I'll use it to cut food. I'll do,
You're a knife guy.
I'm a knife guy.
I think a
You're
knife.
You're a knife
I like
guy.
it.
All right. So we've got this knife. I've got this knife.
Mm-hmm.
And I had somebody see it in my pocket last week. They looked at me, why are you carrying that? I said, what do you mean, why am I carrying that? That's an important tool that every man should have in their pocket. And this guy wanted to argue with me. He said it was a weapon. I said, it can be if I need it to be, but it's a weapon against boxes. I cut boxes up and I use it as a tool. And any man that's red-blooded American should have one because he needs it.
A pocket knife is what.
But I was like chastised because I was carrying a weapon. Well, I said, you want to see what's in my back pocket?
Well,
okay.
Well, what I would say, my response to him would be, especially if he was eating like with a fork, I would be like, what are you doing with that fork?
Exactly.
Because you could actually you could stab me with that fork, sir.
Yeah.
So people need to think about what's going on. But yes, the knife, I've got 2 knives on me. Usually I like knives. I need to cut things.
Well, yeah,
I don't think about as a weapon. I mean,
got my
Lord.
heavy duty knife. That was my heavy duty knife. Then I got my little pocket knife here. And I really use that to like open the letters.
Oh yeah.
The little things.
I love I've got to keep an old case knife.
So that's 2 things that I carry in my pocket. And I'm vilified because I do that by some people. Okay. Here's the thing, Bo. When men are getting away from masculinity, for a man to say that to me, it's like insane. I'm like,
that's getting a little sissified.
Yeah. All right.
I call that a little sissified.
Right, I'm getting off my soapbox now, and we're going to end and close.
Okay. I'm gonna settle down.
But also, every man should carry a pocket knife. Actually, I've written an article about that, and I'm going to post it on Shelbyville now, talking about the importance of why a man should carry a pocket knife. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody will read it, but I'm going to put it out
pocket
there.
Knives are not scary. They're tools, and they're very useful. I use them all the time.
And guess what? You can get them at the Winter Circle.
You sure can.
Up here.
Some good ones. I heard they got some really good
and buck knives. Woo. All right. Yep. All right. We're going to get out of here, and we want to thank our sponsors, Norris Plumbing, for all your plumbing needs. And I guarantee he carries a pocket knife.
Yeah, he carries a few probably. He's probably got all kinds of knives, razors.
Give Jay a call for all your plumbing needs. We're going to be back probably again on Thursday. Until then, y'all have a good week. Enjoy this cool weather, and we'll be talking about what's happening on Thursday.